Chosen one, listen carefully. What I'm about to tell you isn't random. It's not coincidence. This message found you because heaven knows your name. Your time of financial struggle is officially over. You are about to be rich beyond what your mind can hold. Stop scrolling right now and pay attention. The pressure you've been feeling isn't your imagination, it's the weight of blessing trying to break through. That unexplained urgency in your spirit, that sudden clarity about your worth. These are divine signs that a wealth transfer has been approved in the courts of heaven with your name on it. Chosen one, before we go deeper, pause for a moment. If this message is already speaking to your spirit, don't just watch silently. Subscribe now so you don't miss the confirmations God sends your way. You know how the enemy tries to distract you right when you need a word the most. God spoke to me clearly about you, yes, you watching right now. You've been hidden, overlooked, and pushed aside while others with half your anointing got opportunities you deserved. The confusion ends today. Heaven has authorized your elevation. You've been asking, when, God? When will my season come? Heaven responds, now, your blessings have officially arrived. This message is specifically for those who've been attacked without explanation, those who've had dreams that seemed too big, those who prayed while crying, fasted while everyone else feasted, and stood firm when abandonment came from every side. The enemy sent people to drain your energy, to make you doubt your calling. Some smiled in your face while working against you in secret. Family members questioned your faith. Friends disappeared when you needed them most. Why? Because darkness always attacks what carries light. What you didn't realize, every rejection was redirection. Every closed door was protection. Every silent season was preparation. God wasn't punishing you, He was positioning you for wealth that requires character to manage. Your spirit has been sensing it. That's why you can't sleep at night. That's why random tears come without warning. That's why you feel pulled to prayer at unusual hours. Your spirit recognizes that heaven is moving financial mountains on your behalf. Chosen one, what's coming isn't just money. It's authority. It's influence. It's restoration. It's the kind of blessing that heals generational wounds and establishes legacy. The wealth coming to you carries divine assignment. It will fund kingdom purpose and fulfill promises God made before you were born. Get ready. The wait is over. Heaven has spoken. Your wealth manifestation has begun. Everything makes sense now, doesn't it? Those times when help vanished exactly when you needed it most. When doors slammed in your face without explanation. When your qualifications exceeded everyone else's, yet they chose someone less capable. It wasn't failure. It was divine protection. God revealed to me that many chosen ones are watching this right now, confused about their journey. You've been wondering why nothing worked according to your timeline, why your business struggled when others flourished, why your talents went unnoticed while others with less ability gained recognition. Remember that job you desperately wanted but didn't get? That relationship that suddenly ended? That investment that fell through? God blocked what would have blocked you. He cancelled what would have cancelled you. There were assignments against your future that God disrupted by redirecting your path. The truth is shocking. You've been monitored in the spirit realm. Your light attracted attention before you even recognized it yourself. The enemy assigned watchers to track your movements, looking for vulnerabilities, waiting for moments of weakness. This is why attacks often came right after your biggest spiritual breakthroughs. God showed me a vision of you sitting alone, crying, asking why people who once supported you suddenly turned cold. why friends became distant, why family questioned your choices. The isolation wasn't random, it was royal preparation. Kings and queens train differently than others. I see clearly now. God assigned a spiritual mentor to guide you, though you may not recognize them yet. This person sees what others miss, the mark of divine selection on your life. They've been praying for you, fighting battles in the spirit on your behalf. Soon, this connection will become visible. The confirmation of your chosen status isn't coming, it's already here. That fire in your bones that won't let you settle. That divine discontent with mediocrity. That unusual wisdom beyond your years. These aren't coincidences, they're divine fingerprints. What seemed like setbacks were setups. What looked like delays were divine alignments. The enemy thought he was blocking your progress, but God was actually blocking premature promotion that would have destroyed you. You weren't ready for the wealth then, but heaven says you're ready now. Your character has been tested. Your faith has been proven. Your heart has been purified. The wealth coming to you now won't corrupt you. It will empower you to fulfill the assignment heaven wrote for you before time began. Chosen one, now I understand why your wilderness season was so severe. God wasn't punishing you, He was preparing you for wealth that requires extraordinary wisdom to manage. Your isolation wasn't abandonment, it was protection. Remember when your bank account emptied unexpectedly? When bills multiplied but income vanished? When you had to choose between basic needs? That wasn't punishment, it was training. God was teaching you to value what money can't buy, so when abundance comes, it won't control you. I see clearly now why people walked away from you without warning. Those friendships that suddenly cooled, those family members who stopped calling, those connections that simply faded. God wasn't taking from you, He was creating space for divine relationships aligned with your future, not your past. The enemy watched as your resources dwindled, thinking you would break. He celebrated when tears soaked your pillow at night. He thought isolation would defeat you. What he didn't understand, God uses empty spaces to build strength that prosperity requires. Hear this truth. Your attacks have intensified because your elevation is imminent. The warfare you're facing isn't evidence of defeat, it's confirmation of promotion. The enemy doesn't waste energy fighting those going nowhere. The resistance you feel is proof of your approaching breakthrough. Even in your darkest moments, did you notice those unexpected whispers of hope? Those dreams that felt too real to ignore? Those random words from strangers that touched your deepest questions? That was God sending confirmation that abundance was still coming despite current lack. Your wilderness wasn't meant to break you, it was designed to break off what couldn't enter your wealthy future. Pride, self-reliance, fear, approval addiction, people-pleasing. These limitations had to be exposed before blessing could safely arrive. God revealed to me that many watching right now feel like giving up, thinking your testing season will never end. Hear heaven's announcement. Your wilderness ends now. Your training is complete. The wealth transfer has been scheduled, and nothing can stop what God has ordained. Your tears watered the seeds of your future fortune. Your prayers built the foundation of your coming kingdom. Your faith during lack qualified you for abundance that others cannot handle. The wilderness wasn't your destination, it was your preparation. Not your punishment, but your promotion training ground. The betrayal blindsided you, didn't it? That person you trusted completely. The one who knew your dreams, your fears, your prayers. The one who promised to stand with you. Their betrayal cut deeper than any enemy attack could because it came from someone you called family. God is revealing something profound, that betrayal wasn't random, it was strategic. Heaven allowed it because your destiny required separation from what was familiar but not faithful. What felt like abandonment was actually divine intervention. I see you alone in your room, tears flowing, asking God, why, over and over. The pain shattered something inside you. You questioned everything, your calling, your worth, your future. But that breaking wasn't your ending, it was your beginning. Your emotional collapse created space for divine reconstruction. In that moment of complete surrender, heaven opened a window. Through your tears, you caught your first glimpse of the wealth assignment waiting on the other side of your pain. It wasn't just money, it was meaning, purpose, impact, influence that would change lives and heal generations. The enemy thought betrayal would destroy you. He calculated that heartbreak would make you bitter, suspicious, closed off. He expected you to abandon your calling and retreat into safety. What he didn't anticipate, God was using that very pain to preserve your destiny. Remember that night when you felt completely alone, yet suddenly experienced unexpected peace? That moment when clarity came through your tears? That sudden knowing that everything would somehow work out? That wasn't your imagination, it was divine visitation. Angels were dispatched to sustain you when betrayal threatened to break you. God wants you to know, the person who betrayed you could not handle where you're going. The wealth coming to you would have corrupted them. The influence assigned to you would have destroyed them. What looked like betrayal was actually heaven protecting both your destiny and theirs. The wealth assignment coming to you requires partners who've been tested, proven faithful, and aligned with kingdom purpose. God removed what couldn't withstand the weight of glory assigned to your future. Your tears were collected, your questions were heard, your pain was measured, and now divine compensation has been approved. The restoration won't just replace what betrayal took, it will multiply it beyond recognition. What the enemy meant for destruction, God transformed into preparation for prosperity that requires purified character to manage. The betrayal didn't disqualify you, it qualified you for greater trust. Can you feel it? The atmosphere around you has changed. Something in the spiritual climate has shifted. The pressure that once pushed against you is lifting. The resistance that blocked your every move is weakening. The heaviness that surrounded your finances is breaking. This isn't your imagination. Your spirit is responding to divine movement that your natural eyes can't see yet. God showed me that many watching right now have been experiencing unusual dreams, dreams of abundance, overflow, and resources beyond what you've ever known. Dreams where you're building, giving, traveling, and expanding. Dreams that feel more like memories of your future than random sleep thoughts. These aren't ordinary dreams, they're prophetic glimpses of what's already approved in heaven. Your enemies sense something too. Have you noticed people watching you differently? Those who once ignored you suddenly paying attention? Those who once criticized you becoming oddly interested in your plans? They feel the shift. Their spirits recognize the anointing for wealth that's activated over your life, and it disturbs them. Look closely at the past few weeks. Notice those unexpected financial doors that cracked open, that surprise payment, that random discount, that bill that was suddenly forgiven, that opportunity that appeared from nowhere. These aren't coincidences, they're the first raindrops before the flood of abundance. God is revealing talents and gifts within you that you didn't even know existed. Abilities that remained dormant during your testing season are now awakening. Skills you never valued before suddenly make sense. These aren't random developments, they're divine equipment for your wealth assignment. The atmosphere is charged with possibility because heaven has authorized your elevation. The spiritual climate has shifted because angelic assistance has been dispatched to your address. The resistance is breaking because God's timing for your wealth manifestation has arrived. Listen. I know you're watching quietly, just taking everything in. But chosen ones like you don't come across these messages by accident. If this is touching your soul, hit that subscribe button. Don't keep walking through spiritual warfare alone when a whole family of chosen ones is right here with you. The attacks have escalated, haven't they? Just when you started believing breakthrough was possible, opposition doubled overnight. This isn't random, it's strategic. The enemy always fights hardest when defeat is inevitable. God revealed to me that as your financial breakthrough approaches, spiritual forces have gathered specifically to prevent your wealth transfer. The warfare isn't just spiritual anymore, it's manifesting in your physical world. Your inbox fills with unexpected bills. Appliances break simultaneously. Your car needs costly repairs. Health issues appear without warning. Contracts fall through at the last minute. Sleep becomes elusive. Anxiety attacks intensify. Why? Because wealth transfer threatens the enemy's control over your bloodline. I see chosen ones watching right now who've been experiencing unusual physical symptoms, headaches that come without warning, sudden exhaustion, digestive issues, sleep disturbances. Medical tests show nothing wrong. These aren't just physical problems, they're manifestations of spiritual warfare, attempting to drain your energy before your breakthrough arrives. The enemy studied your patterns. He observed which tactics worked against you before, which fears paralyzed you, which doubts silenced your prayers, which words wounded your confidence. Now he's deploying everything at once, hoping to overwhelm you into surrender just steps from your miracle. What the enemy doesn't realize, this time is different. The God who protected you during preparation won't abandon you during manifestation. The angels assigned to your wealth transfer are more powerful than the forces trying to block it. Notice how attacks target your peace first. Your focus, your clarity, your relationships, your health. Why? Because wealth requires wellness to manage effectively. The enemy hopes to make you too tired, too sick, too distracted, or too emotionally drained to receive what God is releasing. But heaven has established a protective boundary around you that confounds your attackers. Have you noticed? Attacks that once would have destroyed you now barely disturb your peace. Words that once would have devastated you now roll off your spirit. Financial crises that once would have broken you now merely inconvenience you temporarily. This new strength isn't your own, it's evidence of divine reinforcement. Your spirit has been fortified for wealth that carries kingdom responsibility. The intensity of warfare confirms the value of what's coming. The enemy doesn't waste resources fighting against empty promises. The level of opposition directly reflects the level of blessing approaching your life. Stand firm, chosen one. The attacks aren't evidence that you're losing, they're confirmation that you're seconds away from the biggest financial breakthrough of your life. What's coming is worth fighting for. Have you noticed them? The sudden appearance of people claiming they want to help you, those unexpected messages offering partnerships, those divine connections that feel rushed, pressured, demanding immediate commitment. God is sounding an alarm. Not everyone celebrating your elevation is celebrating you. As your wealth season approaches, strategic assignments have been released against your discernment. The enemy knows he can't stop what heaven has approved. His new tactic? Send false alliances to dilute your vision, drain your focus, and divide your resources. These connections come wrapped in spiritual language, quoting scripture, speaking blessing, while carrying hidden hooks designed to entangle your destiny. I see clearly now why God kept you isolated during preparation. He was protecting your assignment from premature exposure. Your vision carries wealth transfer instructions that require divine protection. What God whispered to you in secret wasn't meant for every ear. The plans He showed you in the midnight hour weren't meant for every eye. God revealed to me that many chosen ones watching right now feel pressured to make partnership decisions. You sense opportunity, but also uncertainty. Something feels slightly off, yet you can't explain why. That hesitation isn't fear, it's divine discernment, activating to protect your wealth assignment. The enemy has studied your loneliness, your desire for connection, your need for confirmation. Now he sends people who know exactly what to say, precisely how to position themselves as the answer to your prayers. They mirror your language, echo your dreams, validate your vision, all while positioning to access what isn't meant for them. Heaven is releasing this warning. In this season, silence is your strategy. Not everyone deserves explanation. Not everyone merits inclusion. Not everyone warrants access. Your assignment is too valuable for casual sharing, your vision too precious for careless exposure. The connections truly aligned with your wealth season won't pressure you, won't rush you, won't demand immediate access. They'll respect divine timing, honor healthy boundaries, demonstrate proven character. Their actions will verify their words, and their motives will withstand heavenly inspection. God is requiring painful but necessary separation from connections that secretly block your abundance. Some relationships feel comfortable but function as weight limiting how high you can rise. Some connections feel familiar but operate as anchors determining how far you can go. Your assignment requires freedom from entanglements that drain your energy, divert your focus, and delay your elevation. The wealth coming to you demands clear channels, purified motives, and protected borders. Guard your vision, protect your assignment, preserve your energy. The wealth transfer requires discernment that recognizes false doors leading to true traps. This is it, the midnight hour, the darkest moment before your divine dawn. The final test before heaven releases what earth cannot produce. Everything seems lost, progress appears stalled, promises feel forgotten, hope hangs by the thinnest thread. God revealed to me that many chosen ones watching are in this exact position right now, standing at the edge of surrender. Your bank account shows impossible numbers, your strength has reached its limit. Your prayers seem to bounce back unanswered, your faith feels bruised beyond recovery. The enemy whispers that you've been abandoned, that you misheard God's voice, that wealth was never your portion, that abundance belongs to others, not you. His lies sound reasonable when darkness surrounds you completely. But heaven wants you to know, midnight isn't your conclusion, it's your transition. The darkest hour isn't evidence of failure, it's the necessary contrast that makes your breakthrough unmistakably divine. I see a supernatural encounter approaching you. It will come when you least expect it, perhaps during ordinary moments, while driving, while showering, while sleeping. This encounter will shift your mindset so completely that you'll divide your life into before and after this moment. God is releasing specific instructions through this divine visitation, precise directions about your wealth management. You'll receive clarity about which opportunities to pursue, which investments to make, which connections to trust, which ventures to fund. This guidance won't be vague spiritual language, it will be remarkably specific, leaving no room for confusion. Watch for the first miracle provision. It won't be the full manifestation, but a divine deposit confirmation that the complete transfer has begun. This initial blessing might appear small compared to what's promised, but its timing will be undeniable proof of heaven's attention to your situation. This provision will arrive through unexpected channels. People who have no reason to help you, organizations that normally wouldn't approve you, opportunities that typically wouldn't include you, sources that haven't previously recognized you. This unusual delivery system ensures you recognize the divine fingerprints on your blessing. Your midnight feels endless, but heaven operates outside time. What seems delayed to you was always scheduled for this precise moment when your character could handle wealth without corruption, when your heart could manage blessing without pride, when your hands could hold abundance without greed. The darkness isn't punishment, it's the backdrop for miracle manifestation that leaves no doubt about its source. Your testimony requires contrast. Your breakthrough needs context. Your elevation demands a starting point low enough that no one can deny the divine nature of your rise. Hold on. Midnight has served its purpose. Dawn approaches with wealth beyond calculation. God has revealed something profound about your family line. That financial ceiling you keep hitting, those patterns of almost success followed by devastating loss, those cycles of poverty that reappear just when breakthrough seems certain. They aren't random, they're generational. Your ancestors faced the same invisible barriers you're fighting now. They too felt destined for more but watched others prosper while they struggled. They too worked harder than everyone else, yet received less. Not because they lacked ability, because ancestral limitations were programmed into your bloodline. I see them clearly: financial curses disguised as family traits. The belief that money is scarce, that wealth corrupts, that rich people are evil, that poverty is somehow holy. These weren't your original thoughts, they were downloaded into your spirit before you could recognize them. God is exposing these hidden blockages because what cannot be revealed cannot be removed. The wealth assignment over your life requires freedom from limitations your ancestors accepted as normal. Heaven has authorized supernatural intervention in your bloodline. The chains that restricted your parents, grandparents, and ancestors are being broken with divine authority. The patterns that robbed your family for generations are being interrupted by heavenly decree. Your sleepless nights, your unexplained tears, your sudden awareness of family patterns, these aren't emotional reactions, they're physical manifestations of spiritual surgery happening in your bloodline. God is extracting poverty mindsets embedded in your family DNA. I see ancient blessings, prosperity promises made to your ancestors that were never fulfilled being released to you now. Wealth that was withheld from previous generations is being restored with compound interest. The enemy thought these blessings were cancelled, but God merely reserved them for you, the chosen one who could handle their weight. Legacy wealth patterns are beginning to form around you. Notice how money finds you differently now, how opportunities locate you without your striving, how resources appear at precisely the right moment. These aren't coincidences, they're evidence of new financial DNA activating in your life. What seemed impossible in your family, wealth that lasts, abundance that grows, prosperity that heals, is becoming your new normal. The curse breaking has cost you dearly. The price was paid in tears, in prayers, in standing alone when others surrendered to limitation. But heaven confirms, the chains are broken. What bound your ancestors will not bind you. What limited their impact will not restrict yours. The generational curse ends with you. The generational blessing begins with you. The countdown has started. Heaven's wealth transfer clock is ticking. The release you've prayed for, fasted for, and cried for has been scheduled by divine authority. Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's arriving now, unfolding in real time. God is revealing specific signs that confirm your wealth manifestation. Watch for unexpected connections with people of influence who recognize something in you they can't explain. Notice sudden favor in places where you were previously rejected. Pay attention to dreams featuring numbers, doors, keys, or treasures. These aren't random images, but divine timestamps marking your wealth arrival. The supernatural timing of your blessing has been precisely calculated. Not a moment too soon, when pride might corrupt you. Not a moment too late, when despair might defeat you. The exact day, hour, and minute of your financial breakthrough was determined before you were born. I see your enemies making desperate final attempts to delay what they can't stop. The attacks have intensified. The opposition has multiplied. The warfare feels overwhelming. Why? Because your wealth assignment threatens generational strongholds. Your abundance will fund kingdom purposes that dismantle darkness. Your prosperity will build what the enemy has worked centuries to prevent. Heaven's declaration echoes through the spiritual realm. It is time. Angels assigned to wealth transfer have received their orders. Blessings held in reserve for this exact season have been released. Resources that seemed locked away have been authorized for immediate distribution to the chosen ones watching right now. God is strategically positioning you for maximum impact. Those unexpected meetings, divine positioning, those random conversations, strategic alignment, those unusual opportunities, supernatural placement. You're being moved into precise position to receive what heaven is releasing. The countdown isn't just about receiving, it's about becoming. Not just obtaining wealth, but embodying prosperity. Not just having abundance, but understanding stewardship. Not just receiving blessing, but becoming a blessing. The transformation of your identity is as significant as the transformation of your finances. Stop right here. If you haven't subscribed yet, ask yourself why. Every time you search for clarity, every time you feel overwhelmed, God guides you to messages like this. Don't reject what heaven is trying to give you. Subscribe so you stay connected to the voice that lifts you when no one else does. The countdown concludes with a wealth transfer so significant that those who rejected you will seek your wisdom. Those who mocked your faith will study your methods. Those who dismissed your vision will witness your victory. It's happening already, isn't it? Doors you never knocked on suddenly swinging wide open. Opportunities appearing without your striving. Connections forming that defy natural explanation. This isn't coincidence, it's divine orchestration. God showed me that many chosen ones watching right now are experiencing sudden access to rooms you were previously locked out of. Invitations to spaces where your name was never considered before. Opportunities that normally require connections you don't have. This supernatural door opening isn't the result of your networking, it's heaven's response to your faithfulness during invisible seasons. Watch closely as influential people begin reaching out to you unexpectedly. People with authority, resources, and decision-making power, suddenly feeling compelled to connect with you. They won't fully understand why they're drawn to you. They'll use phrases like, "Something told me to call you," or "I can't explain it, but I feel we should talk." That something is divine arrangement, setting up your wealth transfer. Resources are manifesting from sources so unlikely that only God could be credited. Money appearing through channels you never considered. Provision flowing from directions you never explored. Assets coming through people you barely know. This unconventional delivery system ensures that your testimony glorifies God, not human connection or personal ability. You're being recognized in places you've never been. Your name mentioned in rooms you've never entered. Your work discussed by people you've never met. Your gifts acknowledged by strangers who somehow know your value. This supernatural recognition isn't random, it's heaven, ensuring that your light can no longer be hidden. The first major financial breakthrough has either just manifested or is moments away. This initial blessing will arrive with such perfect timing that coincidence cannot explain it. The amount will be specific, addressing an exact need or fulfilling a precise promise. This precision proves divine involvement in even the smallest details of your elevation. What took others decades to build is coming to you in days. What required generations for some will manifest for you in moments. Not because you deserve more, but because your assignment requires acceleration. The impact heaven designed you to make cannot wait for traditional timing. The sudden doors aren't just about your provision, they're about your purpose. Each opportunity carries kingdom assignment. Each connection holds divine strategy. Each resource contains specific instruction. These aren't just blessings, they're kingdom tools with eternal purpose. This wealth isn't coming to make you comfortable, it's coming to make you consequential. God is revealing the divine purpose behind your prosperity. The abundance flowing into your life carries kingdom assignment that extends beyond your personal needs or desires. Heaven is downloading specific instructions about stewarding these resources, not general principles, but precise directions uniquely designed for your calling. These instructions won't match conventional financial wisdom because your wealth carries unconventional purpose. Some investments will make no natural sense, but will yield supernatural returns because they align with kingdom strategy. God is revealing multiplication methods that defy natural limitation. Ways to increase influence that human systems cannot block. Avenues for expansion that don't require traditional gatekeepers. Strategies for growth that operate under divine protection. These kingdom methods ensure your wealth remains uncorrupted by worldly systems and unthreatened by economic fluctuation. I see a vision of global impact through your abundance. Resources flowing from your hands to places you've never visited. Influence extending to communities you've never encountered. Provision reaching people whose names you don't yet know, but whose needs God has written on your heart. The wealth coming to you is meant to fund healing, restoration, and transformation far beyond your immediate circle. Supernatural wisdom is being activated within you. Wisdom for managing elevation that comes suddenly. Discernment for handling attention you didn't seek. Understanding for navigating visibility you didn't choose. This wisdom isn't learned through education, but imparted through divine download. God is establishing guardrails around your prosperity boundaries that protect purpose from distraction, assignment from dilution, calling from corruption. These boundaries will feel restrictive to others but protective to you. They'll limit who has access, who has input, who has influence over kingdom resources entrusted to your management. The assignment attached to your wealth requires courage beyond what comfort demands. Some divine instructions will contradict conventional security. Some heavenly strategies will challenge traditional safety. Some kingdom investments will oppose natural wisdom. Following these supernatural directions ensures your prosperity creates eternal impact, not just temporary improvement. Your wealth carries coded instructions, divine DNA that determines its growth pattern, multiplication rate, and kingdom impact. These instructions activate when you align with heaven's purpose rather than personal preference. The resources grow when they flow in divine direction, funding kingdom priorities rather than personal ambition. This prosperity isn't your possession, it's your assignment. Not your achievement, but your responsibility. Not your security, but your kingdom equipment. The wealth coming to you is measured not by what you accumulate, but by what you activate for eternal purpose. Heaven has authorized your divine compensation package. This isn't just restoration, it's multiplication of everything the enemy stole from you. The years of delay, the seasons of lack, the moments of humiliation, all are being calculated in heaven's economy, with interest compounding daily. God revealed to me that this compensation isn't coming in pieces, it's arriving as a complete package. Financial resources, relationship restoration, physical renewal, emotional healing, mental clarity, spiritual authority. The enemy took from multiple areas of your life, but God is restoring to every area simultaneously. Watch as blessings multiply beyond what was originally lost. Where the enemy took one opportunity, God returns 7. Where relationships were stolen, God provides connections of greater quality and loyalty. Where health was attacked, God restores with greater strength than before. This multiplication proves that your compensation comes from divine justice, not human effort. The emotional wounds that seemed permanent are being healed at the root. Those moments of rejection that replayed in your mind for years. Those words that cut deep into your confidence. Those betrayals that made trust seem impossible. God isn't just removing the pain, He's extracting the very memory of it from your emotional system. I see something remarkable happening. The very people who rejected you are beginning to recognize your value. Those who dismissed your vision now want your wisdom. Those who mocked your faith now study your results. Those who questioned your calling now request your guidance. This recognition isn't about vindication, it's confirmation that God has visibly honored your faithfulness. The double portion blessing promised to the faithful is manifesting in every area of your life. Double peace where anxiety once ruled, double joy where sorrow once dominated, double favor where rejection once prevailed, double wisdom where confusion once reigned. This double portion isn't just compensation, it's divine positioning for the assignment attached to your wealth. Your tears were measured, your prayers were recorded, your faithfulness was documented. Nothing was overlooked in calculating your compensation. The wealth arriving now isn't random blessing, it's precise payment for specific suffering, with heaven's interest added to every transaction. This divine compensation changes more than your circumstances, it transforms how you view your past. What seemed like pointless pain now reveals purposeful preparation. What looked like wasted years now shows strategic development. What felt like divine absence now demonstrates divine protection. A profound identity shift is happening within you right now. You're transitioning from survivor to kingdom authority, from the one who endured to the one who establishes, from the one who persevered to the one who prospers. This identity transformation isn't just emotional, it's a spiritual recoding of your entire being. The survivor mentality that kept you alive during warfare is being replaced with kingdom authority that empowers you to thrive during wealth transfer. The defensive posture that protected you during attack is transforming into offensive strategy that extends your influence during abundance. The survival instincts that preserved you through lack are evolving into dominion directives that govern your prosperity. Supernatural gifts that remained dormant during your testing season are now activating for your wealthy season. Abilities you didn't know you possessed, talents you couldn't access before, skills beyond your natural development. These supernatural capacities aren't coincidental. They're divine equipment specifically designed for managing the wealth assigned to you. God is downloading divine strategies for handling the visibility and influence that accompanies your elevation. Wisdom for managing attention without becoming addicted to it. Discernment for handling praise without being corrupted by it. Boundaries for navigating recognition without being controlled by it. These strategies ensure your elevation serves kingdom purpose rather than personal pride. I see spiritual authority being placed in your hands, authority to release others into their abundance. The struggles you endured weren't just for your breakthrough, they were training for helping others achieve theirs. Your testimony becomes a key that unlocks prison doors for those still captive to limitation. Your wisdom becomes light that illuminates paths for those still walking in financial darkness. The full chosen one mantle is settling upon your shoulders. This isn't a partial anointing or temporary assignment, it's complete authorization to operate with heaven's backing. The uncertainty that plagued your earlier seasons is being replaced with unshakable knowing. The questions about your calling are answered by undeniable confirmation. The doubts about your worthiness are silenced by visible divine endorsement. This identity activation changes how spiritual realms respond to your voice. When you speak, heaven moves. When you declare, circumstances shift. When you pray, resources respond. This authority isn't based on your perfection, but on your position seated in heavenly places, operating from divine assignment rather than human approval. It's happening now, the complete manifestation of heaven's prosperity promise over your life. What began as drops is becoming a flood. What started as hints is becoming undeniable reality. The wealth transfer isn't approaching, it has arrived with divine authority that no human system can block. This isn't prosperity as the world defines it. This is supernatural provision that defies natural explanation. Resources appearing through impossible channels, finances multiplying through divine mathematics, assets growing at rates that economists can't explain, opportunities combining in ways strategy couldn't arrange. This supernatural supply operates beyond human understanding because it flows directly from heaven's economy, not Earth's limitations. God is establishing blessing patterns designed to last for generations. The financial breakthroughs you're experiencing now aren't temporary bursts of abundance, they're permanent shifts in your prosperity baseline. The wealth flowing into your hands carries genetic coding, designed to multiply rather than diminish, to increase rather than decrease, to expand rather than contract. This generational pattern ensures that what God builds through you continues beyond your lifetime. Divine wisdom is being downloaded into your spirit, specific instructions for creating wealth, distribution systems that extend kingdom impact. These aren't random charity ideas, but strategic giving pipelines that maximize transformation. Heaven is showing you how to structure your abundance so it produces freedom rather than dependence, empowerment rather than entitlement, lasting change rather than temporary relief. The elevation into your destiny is happening right now. The identity shift is complete. The authority transfer is activated. The wealth assignment is released. The mantle of prosperity is officially placed on your shoulders with heaven's full endorsement. This isn't partial promotion or probationary elevation, it's complete installation into your divine position as a blessed chosen one. Your obedience during invisible seasons has qualified you for visible blessing. Your faithfulness during wilderness training has prepared you for wealth management. Your surrender during painful purification has equipped you for prosperity stewardship. The price has been paid. The testing is complete. The approval is granted. This wealth carries kingdom purpose that extends beyond your personal comfort. It funds divine initiatives, fuels global transformation, finances spiritual awakening, supports kingdom advancement. The resources flowing through your hands aren't just meeting your needs, but manifesting heaven's agenda on earth through your obedience. Before you go, chosen one, don't forget, the fact that you made it to the end of this message means something. Your spirit needed this. Don't walk away without subscribing. It costs nothing, but it means everything for the journey God is taking you on. Join the family. Your breakthrough might be in the next video. The transfer is complete. The blessing is activated. The promise is fulfilled. The waiting is over. You have officially crossed from survival into prosperity, from lack into abundance, from obscurity into visibility. Heaven has spoken. Earth has responded. Your wealthy season has begun.